Election for Democrats was
Okay.
outside.
Look what you got me doing.
Again, not from even outside the district. I'm talking about outside of the state.
Anyway.
They were pouring money in from outside of the state into a state senate race.
So it looks like a giant. Like there's a giant under there, you know, a dead giant.
In that election.
He's ready to light it on fire.
That. And they achieved it in no small part based on mail-in ballots, which, of course, anybody who's for secure elections knows that we shouldn't be having a system where everybody is using mail-in ballots in order to influence the results.
I'm kind of
we should have a system where people actually go and show up to vote, unless you are literally serving your country. We used to have what we called absentee ballots. It was kind of a rare exception in American politics. If you were deployed somewhere and weren't able to be at the ballot box, then you'd use that.
And rush hour.
Nowadays, it's a complete free-for-all thanks to the Democrats.
There's all this pollution coming
in
I wake up like with a hangover, you know, and I feel like
President Trump
like guilty, like when I used to drink, you know, like you don't drink.
Just won the state senate seat.
Go away in a while.
James Malone.
See, now it's pissing me off. You know, it's like if I'm pissed off, it takes longer to go away.
All of the vote totals were coming in early from early voting. And that's where the Democrats got all their strength, and that's how they won that seat.
It's unnecessary.
And so
fucktard. See, this is why I leave the radio on.
And the outside money that came into that race, this is not a multi-million-dollar race. This was a kind of a lower.
They could do something. You know,
I'm sure there's a lot of dark money operations.
All I gotta do is let me
in the official
equation.
But the outside money
that they're running around fucktard enough.
Consequential for the race because the Democrat received $151,000 in his race total. Of that, $100,000, in other words, 2/3 of it,
they won't cut through to the real shit.
Came from a left-wing organization called the Progressive Turnout Project, which is based in Chicago. That same group also spent thousands of dollars on canvassers to go
next time a Democrat gets elected or some other Republican, and they just fuck it all up again.
To the campaign from outside of the state, they were also spending more money on campaign operatives, outside campaign operatives, to make it so that this Democrat would win this seat. So this is a warning sign of what is happening in the country right now.
I think they don't let me out because
are trying to marshal every resource they have available to them to give to the American people the appearance that they have forward momentum, that all the energy is on their side, that the Trump agenda is going down, and that these are bellwethers for what's to come in the future. So there's a big, sort of combination of factors here. One is, of course, Democrats just want the power. But two, they want the story. They want to see Democrats win races and then turn around and start convincing people through the controlled media outlets that they have someone that talks to me and talks to, you know, like everybody's turning against Trump.
Figure it out.
That's what they want people to feel. That's what they want you to feel.
I'm good with that.
So Pennsylvania state senate race, okay, it is a warning sign for the way the left is handling a bunch of other races across the country. And next week, Tuesday, we are looking at elections in Wisconsin and Florida that matter a great deal. They matter a great deal. They matter far more than this Pennsylvania state senate seat, and do require conservatives to get out and vote.
I want
Republicans to get out and vote, and to get every last person they know to go with them. And if you're so interested, to also provide the financial support that the parties could use in these final days, because you can make contributions from outside of the state to support these guys. Democrats are definitely doing that. Democrats and their dark money organizations are doing a ton of that right now because they want to buy these elections. And the elections in play right now in Wisconsin is for the the Wisconsin State Supreme Court. And turnout levels, according to the Associated Press right now, in Wisconsin in the first week of early voting,
you could be like,
have far exceeded levels.
I appreciate it, but I ain't got time for this.
From just 2 years ago when they had another high stakes election there, they said. And President Trump has already gotten involved in this race.
I'm just finding that
indicating his support for the Republican candidate there. Elon Musk is getting involved in this race. Wisconsin State Supreme Court at this moment is controlled by Democrats. the results of the election, if Republicans get control of it, that's obviously good news. If Democrats retain control of that, it's bad news in this sense because they've got all these election cases coming before them, including how the state administers elections. So if you want secure elections, you want conservatives to actually be on the court, people who believe in secure elections. If you want insecure, fraud written elections, well, then the Democrats need to control the Supreme Court there. And the other big important thing is who's going to actually draw the districts in the state? Who's going to draw the congressional districts? And will the Democrats be able to knock out Republican districts? It's a big deal. And Reuters say that the court control may determine a lot about the election in the 2026 midterms, may determine voting rules for the 2026 midterm elections.
At least I'm more fun than they
So
are.
I'll get into more detail on this because it's of paramount importance. I realize that these are state races that we're talking about with a nationwide audience, but they matter to the whole country. How Wisconsin goes, Wisconsin's a state that Trump won by just a small percentage. So in other words,
Where
this is a
everything
state
could
which
be.
is going to be a tight contest for
just
this
for me,
control of the
for
state
everything.
Supreme Court. If you're
Like,
in Wisconsin, please,
what
by all
Trump's
means,
doing,
get involved in every
value.
possible way you can, and especially by getting your friends and
Except for
family
one
to
thing.
vote next week,
Like,
or in this early voting period.
it's like, yeah,
But we also have these
compared to
big
what
Florida
the
races I've
fucktards
got to tell you
do.
about that involve
And the fucktard
who's going to be
weirdos.
in that very tight House of Representatives right now, where Republicans have a slight majority.
He's better.
Democrats, at least they're acting like they smell blood in the water.
compared to
They
me,
think that
they're
they
still
can narrow
fucktards.
those margins
It's like,
in Florida. More on that
you know,
in just a moment. The Vin Show continues.
Why does he get to be such a big
Vin
fucking
Show.
shot? Him and Eli.
Nothing says American tradition
Get
like
to be such a
old-fashioned
big-
fudge.
such
I'm
big
telling you.
fucking
Created in
shot.
small batches in the Smoky Mountains of Tennessee.
All of them,
This is more
on all
American than
sides.
apple pie. Uncle Butch's Fudge offers a tantalizing
But I
array
don't
of
get
delicious
shit.
and intriguing flavors that will leave you craving for more.
Because-
Some the other day, they've got classics like chocolate or creamy peanut butter, but they don't just stop there. Just like the ice cream, the banana pudding, the rich strawberry cheesecake, or the
My
dark
shit's-
chocolate
it's
raspberry
just-
for a taste
it's
that's
too
anything but
much.
ordinary. It's perfect for client gifts, celebrating
Like,
employees,
no.
friends, loved ones, or just to
the
treat
right
yourself,
amount.
which you are allowed to do. It is America, after all. Use the promo code VINCE,
Y'all
and you'll get
are coming up
15%
short. I'm
off.
not coming
Plus
up
get free 2-day shipping on all
long.
the orders of $30 or more. You'll find flavors for everyone. Treat your taste buds to a world of sweet indulgence with Uncle Butch's Fudge. Visit
coming up normal.
UncleButch'sFudge.com/Vince today and
Look,
experience
I got the
magic of
radio
small
on,
batch
so
fudge. Once again, that's
I don't complain the whole video through.
UncleButch'sFudge.com/Vince. Use the code Vince
Here
to
I
receive
am.
15%
Do I look better?
off Uncle Butch's Fudge. Artisan
I think
crafted,
I do.
amazingly delicious, fresh from their kitchen to your door.
Vince Colonnese. News Talk 105.9 WMAL,
That really looks
making
bad.
sense of the news. WMAL, making sense of the news. Live from the Home Paramount Pest Control Studios. Home Paramount, the leader in pest control since 1939.
What do we worry about? We worry about our family. We worry about finances. And yet most of us have nothing in place to deal
All
with
these
death
fucking
or
scales and
incapacity.
none of them fucking
What happens
work.
to your
Like,
life savings?
what?
Your home. We don't want to leave an expensive mess. I'm attorney James Collins. In my short 2-hour seminar,
the
I'll
stars,
teach
like
you what you need to know
scale?
to get your will shaped up. We'll talk about
What the
trusts,
hell
powers of
is the
attorney,
big deal
healthcare
around here?
directives. All the stuff you've been meaning to do, you can do that. I'll teach you how. I've got 2 dates
Broken
coming.
scales. Okay,
Tuesday,
I can deal
April
with that.
8th, I'll be in Greenbelt
Why?
at the Hilton Garden Inn. And Thursday, April 10th, I'll be in Alexandria at the Embassy Suites, with sessions at 1:30 and
Well,
7 p.m.
that's
both days.
crazy where I look at
Register online at
Yeah, but like I'm getting 11 pounds of
thecollinsfirm.com.
succulent.
That's
Any minute.
thecollinsfirm.com. Or call 877-PLAN-NOW.
So they
That's
said it's like 2 weeks late.
877-PLAN-NOW. And if you're in the Greenbelt or Alexandria areas, keep your eye on the mail for your
Been
special
lost in the
invitation.
mail.
Before signing that replacement
And
window
the lady
contract,
says,
ask yourself,
you know,
did I feel pressured into buying right now?
if
Was
there's
I
any
told the sale
problems
ends
with them,
tomorrow?
she'll-
Were my questions
she'll
brushed
help me.
off? If you can answer yes to any of those questions, stop. TheWindowman.com is the educational window company since
said it was
1989.
11 pounds,
They
so I'm
educate,
like,
you decide. No fake sales or gimmicks.
I'll weigh it when
Schedule
it
your
gets here.
design consultation at TheWindowman.com and save $200
See if,
off every fiberglass window.
see if they
Infinity
lost
replacement
weight
windows
over all
only.
the
Minimums
time
and
they've
installation
been,
required.
Should be easy to find a local plumber, right? Plumber
See if they lost
near
weight in
me.
transit.
Hey there, we can help you.
Weird. These are all big companies.
Excuse me, we're a plumbing company 2 miles away. Hello?
I got
Well, it
scared.
is what it is. Guess I'll dial that 1-800 number.
Can she seriously not see us?
No, they can't see you because you're buried deep in the list of local plumbers. You're invisible online. Introducing Cumulus Boost. Get a boost. Get found. Get on the map. Learn more at cumulusboost.com.
On behalf of the entire staff at Bourbon Boulevard, we congratulate our friend Vince Colonnese. Vince, cheers to your continued success
here's
and the
the
national
tip.
launch of The Vince Show. Bourbon Boulevard, where special events are always celebrated. Visit bbcbar.com.
Hey, it's Vince for Valor Roofing with an urgent message. After the recent rains, have you noticed any leaks or damage,
look
like
at that,
brown
look at
spots,
that.
mold, or cracks on your ceiling? If so, you need to evaluate your roof's condition right away. I've got the solution.
It's
Call
the
Valor to
backside
ensure your home
of the
remains safe and
peeling
dry.
stick
Valor's expert
wallpaper,
team provides free
which is
estimates and the
waxy
best
so it
pricing
can
should you
peel.
need a new roof. Don't wait for the
So
next
I
storm to
figured-
strike. Call Valor now, 833-83-VALOR. And for the absolute best pricing, tell them Vince sent you.
Hey.
Call 833-83-VALOR.
Wait like it did last time, push it.
When you're high, you feel different. But if you
This-
feel different, you drive different.
Do the
So don't drive
wallpaper.
high. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad
Stick to
Council.
the wallpaper. But you know, we get it up there and it looked great for a while, and then storm comes along and it starts flopping around.
Nothing but the truth behind the headlines of the biggest stories of the day. The Vince Show.
All right, I've got let me see here.
That
You
was
know,
good, man.
there's breaking news right now that
Breaking
President
news.
Trump has pulled the
Look, they
nomination
caught,
to
like,
become the UN ambassador
one of the biggest
from
MS-13
Elise Stefanik.
guys.
She is a New York Congresswoman right now. She is
Everybody
still the
saw, you know, it's a
Congresswoman
big
in New York.
story.
And
But it's like right-
President
right
Trump
up the-
just
you know,
decided, just
couple
posted
miles
Truth
down the road.
Social within the last few minutes
But yeah, there's a lot
that
of
he has
them around.
pulled
They're
her
all big.
nomination to become the UN ambassador. This is wise. This is wise. This is about protecting that
Them and
that
lots of
that slim majority
government
in the
money
United
that
States House
keeps
of
them,
Representatives, and that's
you know.
critical. I'm going to talk more about this in just a moment,
Lots of
and also
lazy-
those Florida House
lazy
races.
federal
But
employees.
Jim, I got some business to get to. What's the business I have to get to right now? Birch Gold. Oh, I love Birch Gold.
working from
What's
home
going
where
on?
they can do all the fentanyl
Let
they
me
want.
see here. I have to actually get my Birch Gold copy in front of me, and because this is really about what you can do sort of in
Alright,
these
man.
uncertain times in the economy, and what you can do to diversify to give yourself a little bit more confidence, a little more safety. You can diversify a portion of your savings into gold with the help of the Birch Gold Group.
Pick it up.
I just spoke to the Birch Gold Group guys the other day, and they're wonderful, and they specialize in helping you convert an existing IRA or a 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in physical gold or silver for no money out of pocket. You can go check out all their amazing reviews. One of their 5-star reviews sums it up nicely. It's knowledgeable, helpful, non-pressure. That's what you get with Birch Gold, and that's why I'm proud to endorse them. Start by getting your free info kit on gold. Just text my initials, VC, to the number 989898, and Birch Gold will send you your free info kit. There's no obligation, just useful information. With an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and countless 5-star reviews, text VC to 989898. That's
the motherfuckers won't let me
VC to
out.
989898, and let the experts at Birch Gold help
Nobody
you
will give me
protect
a-
your future today
a door,
with
you know?
gold.
Give
Message
me a
and
door
data
to do.
supply.
Vince Colonnese.
Lock it.
WMAL's Vince Colonnese, weekdays at noon on 105.9
Like that.
WMAL, making sense
Look
of
at
the
this
news.
door. Bet you won't. I bet you'll be afraid to walk
Yeah,
through.
President Trump, again, just
Fuck no,
moments
let's
ago on
get
Truth
this shit
Social,
done, you
saying the
fucktard
following,
moron.
quote, as we advance our America
then you
First
walk through it
agenda,
and like,
it is
"Right,
essential that we
right.
maintain every
You're supposed to
Republican
be
seat
afraid
in
of that.
Congress. We must be unified to accomplish our
big thing
mission,
to think
and
of
Elise
doing.
Stefanik has been a
You're
vital
supposed to
part
be
of our
afraid of
efforts
it.
from the very beginning. I have asked Elise, as one of my biggest allies, to remain in
Yeah, we're the
Congress to help
government.
me deliver historic tax cuts, great jobs, record economic
We're the-
growth, a secure border,
we're
energy
the-
dominance,
we're
peace
the
through strength, and much more.
CIA,
So we
we're
can make
the
America
New
great
World
again.
Order.
With a very tight majority, I don't want to take a
nobody's
chance
really
on anyone else
supposed to
running for
question
Elise's seat. The people love Elise,
Oh,
and with
no,
her, we have
and-
nothing to
and
worry
most
about come
people do.
election day. There are others that can do a good job at the United Nations. Therefore, Elise will stay in Congress, rejoin the House
I
leadership
would,
team,
yeah, I would've
and
come- I would've
continue to
come
fight
up
for our
right
amazing
along with
American
them,
people.
you know.
Speaker Johnson is thrilled,
Except for
he
I
says.
knew him.
I look
I'm
forward
like,
to the day
you
when Elise is
people are
able to join my
fucking
administration in the future. She's absolutely fantastic. Thank you, Elise.
In person, they're
All right,
fucking.
let's
you
do some
know.
math. shall we?
They're not
The
formidable.
math
They're-
in the
they're
House
not
of
like-
Representatives
like
right
mine
now
ain't.
is we have
Yes, and you're
218
fucking
Republicans.
big.
218. We have 213
And they all laugh,
Democrats.
you know,
And
because
we
everybody
have
else is scared.
four
They think they are
openings
formidable, and then
at
they
the
start
moment.
whipping
4
their ass. It's
vacancies
like, what are you doing?
in the House of Representatives. 2 of those vacancies are Democrats who just
You can't
died,
do
both
that.
of them, this month.
But we
Congressman
didn't
Sylvester
train for
Turner
it
of
'cause
Texas
because
passed
everybody's
away
afraid of us. We
on the
didn't-
5th of March.
Yeah, nobody's
And
supposed
Congressman
to even
Raul
challenge us.
Grijalva
That's what they
passed away on the
told us.
13th of March. Those
Don't
are
worry,
the 2
everybody's
vacancies coming from
afraid of you.
these Democrat districts in Texas and Arizona.
Think you're Nazis.
The Republicans
Well, they are Nazis.
who
But
left
if
their
you
seats
really
vacant
look at the history
include
of the
Congressman
Nazi
Matt
Party,
Gaetz, who ran for
like,
re-election
it
last
was the
year,
German people
won it,
that were
and then
the
President
top-
Trump
that were,
nominated him
like,
to become the
formidable.
Attorney General. And of course, we know how that
Nazi
went. He
leadership,
withdrew his
just a bunch of
nomination,
fucked
he
up
bowed out of
Hitler, all
that,
them of it. A bunch of
and
fucking
decided not
academic
to take his seat
failures and losers.
in the next
People with a
Congress, the
bunch of
119th.
really weird,
So
stupid
that is an
ideas.
opening right now. Congressman
And
Michael
it was the
Waltz,
same
his
with,
seat
like,
also open
Russia.
because he's the
With
national
the
security
communists.
advisor for President
China.
Trump.
It's all
These
the same
margins
shit.
remain very tight. And President Trump, ahead of a big special election next Tuesday, where both of those seats vacated by Republicans are going to be put in front of voters, he decided just now, I'm going to take whatever I can get. Elise Stefanik stays in the House. More in a moment on those all-important Florida races.
ZipRecruiter is the place.
Just stands up and
ZipRecruiter
says,
is the
"Okay,
place
you
for
know,
talented teachers,
you're the real
savvy
fucking
software
deal.
developers, and master mixologists.
Prove it.
ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates
We're
right
like
away.
royals.
It's
We're
no wonder
special.
that ZipRecruiter is the place for skilled skydiving instructors, accomplished airbrush artists, and proficient pediatricians. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter to hire, you're missing out. ZipRecruiter is the place that's so confident it can make your hiring easier that it lets you
I can
try it for
understand
free
why you
at
feel that way.
ZipRecruiter.com/free. So if you want the right candidates for all your roles, ZipRecruiter is the place to go. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Vince
One
Colonnese.
asshole.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news.
They were better
On
than
the
me.
outlet between the GW Parkway and the Georgetown Pike, there is a work zone there in the right lane, and that is traffic jam from River Road. Earlier accident on the inner loop of the Beltway at the Georgetown Pike, now completely cleared away. In Leesburg, there is still accident activity on westbound 7 between Business 7 and the Charlestown Pike. The left lane is blocked and traffic is jammed from Route 15. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Storm Watch 7 forecast.
Tonight, partly cloudy, a low around 42. Tomorrow, partly sunny with a chance of afternoon showers. A high near
No,
67.
man, look at
Making sense of your world.
Study the fucking history. Study the fucking actual.
Here it is.
Mark Levin, weekdays 6 to 9
Poor
p.m.
Nazis. They're fucking morons.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news.
They'll order their
Spring
they'll
is
order
almost here,
something
and with
dangerous
it comes
against
those
you.
notorious spring rains. These showers can wreak havoc on an old, worn-out roof. Don't let your home fall victim to
But if you're
leaks, mold, and
formidable,
water damage that can result from neglecting
the person
roof
they order
maintenance.
against
Honor,
is gonna
respect, and
scratch
trust
their
your
head.
roof with Valor. It's Vince, and I've got a great deal to help you save on a new roof
always
from
been
Valor.
my
Just call
experience.
833-83-VALOR. Tell them I
Tell them
sent you,
let me
and
pay
Valor
it.
will honor 50% off all materials, no interest
And
or
look at the
payments until
person that's giving
2026.
them the
Plus,
order.
you'll get their all-inclusive Valiant lifetime warranty
me, and
this
they're
month
like,
only.
I ain't fucking
Just
with
use the
this
code Vince when you call to get your free estimate before March 31st. Listen, not only does Valor give you a great price on your new roof, but they also help support
They're like, they
Operation
ain't
Raise
with
the
me.
Roof, an amazing charity which has
They
donated
tell
more
them
than
they-
$500,000 in new roofs to our veterans in the DMV. Support our vets and
yourself.
save huge on your new Valor roof. Call 833-83-VALOR. Again, that's 833-83-VALOR or visit ValorHome.com.
Putting our veterans.
833-83-VALOR. Chevron's latest deep water development, Anchor, is powered by innovation. This breakthrough technology helps enable us to safely produce oil and natural gas at greater pressures, setting a new industry benchmark. Anchor is pivotal in our goal to produce 300,000 barrels of oil equivalent per day by 2026 in the Gulf of America. home to some of our lowest carbon intensity producing assets. That's energy in progress. Visit chevron.com/anchor to learn
brother
more.
didn't want to come with me.
This is Winter Troxel from the About Federal Benefits radio show here on WMAL. These days, whether you cheer for the red, team, or blue, federal employees are feeling the impact
at
of
the
the new
time,
Trump
he was
administration.
more-
Nervous about your job,
he wanted
thinking
to
about
party.
retirement? I am here to help. Call my team
wanted
today
to
for your
fuck
federal
off.
benefit review. 301-850-0683. 301-850-0683.
I taught him how to
Investment advisory services are offered
fake
through
badass.
Apollon Wealth Management, doing business as Apollon Bridgemark, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities
Okay,
offered
let's
through Apollon Wealth Management and its associated insurance licensed agents.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS.
about
They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-4214.
Right where the patch
Don't
is.
lose hope.
It
TRA
went
can
through
eliminate
this,
or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are
went through
now
here,
available that can give you a fresh
here,
start. Our passion
and
is
here.
taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at tra.com or call 800-575-4214. That's 800-575-4214. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Polyester.
If you are among the
And
6
new
million
stuff like
Americans living with
plastic.
Alzheimer's or care for someone with Alzheimer's or dementia, there is free help and support available 24/7. Visit alz.org or call 800-272-3900.
WMAL, making sense of the border, because laws either matter or they don't. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
Well,
So, what do you think? Call 844-484-3872 and make your opinion known. 844-4-the-USA. The Vince Show.
Yes, indeed. Join us on the Vince Show. Always appreciate your calls. We've got big elections taking place next week in both Wisconsin and Florida. I was telling you a moment ago that Wisconsin is for control of the state Supreme Court. Currently, Democrats control it. It would be better if conservatives did. For a bunch of reasons, including protecting the elections ahead of the midterms. Democrats are trying to redraw the districts, the congressional districts in the state, to prevent Republicans from winning. They're really threatening to do that right now. And so this election will be very determinative for what the future looks like in Wisconsin. So if you're in Wisconsin, get everyone you know. I know the traditional rule seems to be get 10 people out there to vote with you. Go for 20 this time. And get that energy going ahead of this election. And then in Florida, we've got two special elections going to replace both Matt Gaetz and Mike Waltz. And it's the Mike Waltz race that is receiving quite a bit of attention right now because President Trump won that Daytona Beach area district by more
man,
than
that's a lot of
30
trouble to
points.
go through to fix
By
some
more than
fucked up
30
old
points.
owning that's probably not
But at the
gonna last
moment,
very long
the
anyway.
available surveys have the Republican in that race, Randy Fine, leading by just 4.1%. Now you can say whatever you like about polling, and to the extent that you
Fixing
trust
it,
it,
I
and
made
you may
it
come down to the
unique.
individual pollster. That's fine. But remember President Trump's
Wallpaper
guidance
on it.
going into the last election.
Yeah, but I learned all
You've got to
this
make it
shit.
too big to rig. Too big to rig. And
All this new,
for what it's worth,
you know,
if you're going to derive any
Not-
comfort out of any of this, one
The
thing to be a little bit
development
comforted by
you
is
know what
at
I'm
least
talking
these
about.
elections, these two special elections for members of Congress, are in
a lot
Florida,
of the same
of all
stuff,
places.
right?
If it was, if this was in Pennsylvania or Arizona or take your pick, Illinois, California, then yeah, you start sweating a lot more just about the nature of how the election's conducted. In Florida, thankfully, in recent years, they've become. It used to be Florida was the laughing stock of election administration. But Florida, in many ways, has become kind of the gold standard of election administration in the United States under Republican control. Governor Ron DeSantis there, quick and efficient counting going on, a secure election system. So a lot to be encouraged by there.
I
But
mean,
right now,
usually the same thing.
a
It's
very
like you get an
close
idea,
race,
do it,
reportedly, going
keep
on in
following
that
through, and it's like,
6th
even if
congressional
it
district
doesn't
in
work,
Florida, and a lot of Democrat money pouring in right now. The Democrat candidate is a fella called Josh Wheel, and he has
Yeah, but
raised
then
more
later
than
you come, but
$10
with
million.
then you come back.
More than $10 million
One day
so
you're
far
like, oh, shit. Pull
in
that
that
song
area,
out.
the Daytona Beach area of the
Pull
state.
that
Now, that $10 million is coming in almost entirely from outside
like
of
all these
Florida. It is
junk
not
around here.
Florida residents who are donating $10 million.
Like,
In fact, this is a nationwide effort. This is the left's effort all across the country
Really?
to
'Cause I-
try and
Cause I
buy
think something up there
congressional
is-
seats.
tell
They're
them you
dumping
get
in
this.
$10 million. They're big donors.
What are you
It's
gonna do
like,
with it? Fuck
so
about
goofy
it.
how they're constantly telling you, oh, it's a grassroots
off
campaign.
whoever
No,
cleaned up this property
it's their
after I
rich
was gone.
people who are trying to buy off a congressional seat right now. Coming in into in this race, $10 million. Meanwhile, Randy Fine, the Republican,
winds
has
up, it's
officially
like,
raised
fuck,
less than
I'm
$1
working on something
million.
that I don't even know where the
$1
idea
million.
comes from.
So there's a massive monetary discrepancy going on between these two candidates. And the Democrat, it's a,
I'm like, well,
again,
how am
solidly
I gonna
Republican
do
district
that?
based on
What-
President Trump's
What's
win.
gonna go there? How am I
30
gonna
plus
like?
there.
And it's like,
But it is,
wait a second.
this is
And
a
I go
really
go back here,
important race,
rummage
and it is
around, find
absolutely
something, and it's like
critical that
it
Randy
fits right
Fine
in there. And
prevail
it looks,
here
it's like
to replace Mike
more
Waltz,
than
because,
structural.
as I mentioned,
cool.
the margins
It's beautiful
are
or something, you know? It's like,
uncomfortably thin right now for Republicans in
Okay,
the House
dude.
of Representatives.
I
And,
guess.
you know,
I guess you
hearing
got
that news,
something
at least
going on
Stefanik is
up
staying
there,
in
back
the United
there,
States
down
House. That's
there.
what we just got from the president
North,
a few
south,
moments
east,
ago. He
west.
withdrew her nomination to become the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations. She's staying. That gives you just a little bit of breathing room, but not much. Not much here. So Randy Fine needs to win in that race. Things are tight. They need more money. You do have an indication, we have an indication that Elon Musk is
But
helping
it's
to
like-
some extent. Remember, Elon Musk has
It's
America
different
PAC.
music.
America PAC. And they have
Doesn't
been
unwrap the
spending
way
money
you
on
think.
texting services on behalf of Randy Fine,
like this,
as
you
well
go
as
through all
Jimmy
this trouble
Petronas.
and
That's the other Florida
fucked up
race.
and
Jimmy
the
Petronas
whole
is the
thing for
Republican candidate who's running to replace Matt
There's a
Gaetz
bunch of stuff you don't want to
in
even
Florida.
do.
That race is allegedly going smoother.
Okay.
There's a little bit less
Like,
attention
get
being
better.
paid to it, but
But music,
you should
you
not
don't.
for a moment
Well,
rest on your laurels if you're a voter in that
Song or
district.
video, something
And
can
if,
be a
or if you're
war.
the kind of person who wants to contribute a little bit of money to help out in these races,
the same, and-
both Fine and Petronas could
Look
surely
at it. I
use the
think it's
support
cool, man.
because I think the media wisdom, to the extent there's any conventional wisdom on this, they keep coming out and saying
I liked
that
it before. I didn't
Republicans show up for Trump, but they don't
Now
show
I
up for
trust
these non-Trump elections
Look at that. I don't see
where
nothing.
Trump's name is not on the ballot.
There's a little
And
error.
if that's true, to the extent that is true,
There was one.
a good reminder for everybody who's in those districts, you're voting for
That's all right.
Trump.
And it's like there's
This is really your
stuff underneath
opportunity
that overlap.
to help Trump move his agenda forward. This is what this is about. You need him to have as much breathing room as he could possibly have in the United States House, and he doesn't have much right now, in order to see his agenda passed. How many times do we come down to the wire on will we have enough
I'll
votes
take it to
to
the
advance
garden.
this important thing?
In the sunshine.
I don't want to do that anymore. I want to have a clear runway to get these guys going. So, in those Florida districts, again, next Tuesday, you've got some options here. You've got an obligation here.
Let's go this way. This is what Cindy used to call this Boxwood Road. We stole these boxwoods from some house like on New Year's Eve. Drunk as fuck. Not really stole them. I mean, it was a house. It was the construction company was coming in there and tearing them down, and but I didn't ask permission, you know. But out there digging them up, in like subarctic weather, drunk as fuck. And Cindy in the truck, coming from my mom's, from fucking like Christmas, but we did it on New Year's. And put them all in the ground, in the frozen ground, like this has got to be the stupidest thing you ever fucking did. Like, you don't move trees in the middle of fucking winter. They all grew. And they got all big. But see, they're in the shade, so they grow all kind of funny. Someday they'll get moved around. Okay, so got this cleaned up. And I'm gonna level all that up because that's all wood chip soil. It's a real good soil, and then I'm gonna put plastic over it for the weeds and to hold the moisture. I just planted the tomatoes in the greenhouse because I can eat tomatoes. They got something in them that's good for my prostate, and they're real low on oxalates and purines. So I'm gonna grow a shitload of tomatoes, like 50 plants or something. I don't know, way more than I eat. But I'll show you that when succulents get here, and I'm gonna do an unboxing for the lady, because she's like, if they're ruined, she'll replace them. So I'm gonna do an unboxing so she'll know I ain't bullshitting her, and to make friends with her, because she's a succulent person. Yeah, but she's like, because when she was telling me how they should be okay, she was saying when she gets them from around the world, and they take a long time to travel through the mail. They're usually fine. They can be a little dried out, but it's like she could, but I'm like, oh shit, she's probably got a much bigger collection than the ones she sells. She sells the ones that she can take a bunch of cuttings off of without eliminating her stock. So she's probably got a bunch of, so try to bake. Here, I'll show you the tomatoes. I gotta go sit down for a little while, lay down. They're in that big pot.
Trying to soothe you. It's like, this is awful.
I am willing to support the consensus of the team and keep these concerns
11
to myself.
pounds worth,
But there is a strong
like about 100 of them.
Doing the
So,
messaging
okay,
work on
goodbye.
why this